All right, testing, testing. Okay, you can hear me. Let me try this again. Hi, everybody. I'm LaDonna Ray, and I wanted to go over what our show was just about earlier today. We do the afternoon show. By we, I mean Atiba Buchanan and LaDonna Ray, myself, right here in the WVON studios. And we end at 6 o'clock. So right now it's well after our show, and I'm just gathering my thoughts. A lot of times people call in, they make comments on Facebook Live because we go live through our WVON site. So I want to keep this under 5 minutes. Let's see if I can do that. All right. Earlier today, we had our programming and production meeting. That was fun, where we went over what went right, what went wrong. We talked about our wins, and by we, I mean all of the hosts on WVON. It was kind of fun. It's fun every week because we sometimes we crack jokes, but then other times we take notes. Okay, and then our show starts at 3 o'clock. So at 3 p.m. we opened up with the weekend recap. Weekend recap I started on Friday when I went to a conference, which was at Wind Creek, Chicago, Southland. I called Annette Flournoy and I told her, I said, what a great job she was doing with being the news director at WVON, because one of the people there, she was actually, she had a vendor table, and she said how she loves the traffic on WVON. I was like, the traffic? She was like, yeah, because it's always on time and it's always accurate. So I had to call Annette Flournoy, and I wanted her to hear that from the listener. And then, of course, that ceremony went on. I had a little run-in with my senator, Napoleon Harris. I talked about it on my Facebook. You can check that out and see what happened. Literally a run-in, his elbow, my elbow, that fun stuff. But you'll see what actually took place because I talked about it in detail. I'm still looking to figure out what the young lady's name was that was tall with the short hair, because I got something for her. We got to we got to discuss some things, about how we can bridge the gap between the older generation and the younger generation and not be part of the problem. Saturday, I received my honorary doctorate. I was very excited about that. It was from Oil and Authority Leadership Program. And because of that, I ended up giving the commencement address to everyone because, well, they asked me to do it. It wasn't rehearsed, scripted, or expected. And of course, when I got up there, I just spoke from the heart. I didn't have my phone. It was in my purse. I was like, oh my God, what am I going to say? Well, you know what? My comments to the recipients or the honorees was that, we have a lot of work to do. The 2 letters in front of your name just means that you're more accountable than ever to do what it took for you to even get here and be considered. And so we got work to do. I see a lot of people with letters behind their names and communities look like crap. We got a lot of work to do. Along with that, Sunday was the Blues Fest, and it was my first time ever having an autograph session. So I was signing autographs, and people were asking for them and say, "Oh my God, it's you!" And I was like, "Oh my God, it's you!" I will always be like that, always humble about it, and I think that it was quite interesting to even know that people love you that much, and you don't find out until people come out and say it. And but the Blues Fest was absolutely amazing. Of course, I was there working, but I was working it out with my listeners, our listeners collectively. WVON's been around for 63 years, since 1963. Let's see, how much time do I have? Oh, I only got less than 2 minutes. Let me try and wrap this up. In doing that, this was it was an amazing event to go to. But today, I may not be able to do this in 5 minutes, right? Today's show was a weekend was about, well, we recapped the Blues Fest, and then we talked to Judge Wendell Griffin to discuss the Elijah Muhammad. I don't think that's his last, McClain. Elijah McClain incident, where where that case where they were convicted is being appealed, and now they're saying that the jury was given the wrong direction. It seems like it can make things worse for them, but you never know. And then we ended up blending in the situation with Carmelo Anthony with a K, how he got he had a pocket knife in his duffel bag or whatever, and he went to an event, a school event, and he ended up stabbing a fellow teenager, and he just happened to be white. So you got a black man, a black young man that stabbed a white young man, and now it's turned into a racial issue. They're talking about he should hang from a tree. Come on, y'all. It's not even a racial issue. Wrong is wrong. I mean, was it premeditated? Should he have not had a knife? No, he shouldn't, but he did, and he used it. So there we are. And that was a year ago. So the young man was 17. Now he's 19, and we've seen this all too well. Along with that, we went on to discuss we talked to a black farmer. His name is Wayne Swanson. Farm has been in his family for many years, and his grandparents had 19 children, and none of the children wanted the farm, so he ended up buying it and moving it to Georgia. I think I got that right. And he was talking about how farming is so important, especially from black farmers, and I wanted to know, why is it important from black farmers? Why not all farmers? Only to be facetious. Black farming is important because just like black doctors are important, they understand the nutrients and the nutrients that we need to grow the food that we need to sustain our system. We're a little bit different, okay? We're kind of supposed to be in a warmer climate. So the food that comes from the root that Africans are known to have, we don't necessarily get those. They're grown here, and it could be a situation where there's some nutrients missing, and that could be the cause of, and he did not say this, I'm telling you this, I think about the nitrogen in the soil and how much there's nitrogen that's missing, and I've actually just read up on this not too long ago, so it makes me pause and say, wait a minute, I may need to rethink where I get my food from. All this processed food we get when we go through Walmart, going through the aisles, just picking up whatever it is we want, whatever we have a taste for. I mean, if you have a strong taste for sugar, chances are you got too much sugar in your system and your body just wants more of it. And do you ignore your cravings? Like, you may crave a piece of beef that may mean you need protein, but there's a balanced diet all around that's necessary, and it was good to talk to him about that. I was talking to him about my other half, how my other half told me that he's watched a bird listen to the ground and then go and grab a worm and eat it. And it was like, ugh, but are they that noisy? I don't know, but a sign of the birds looking for the worms in the ground and the worms being in that ground is that might be good soil. Okay, nature doesn't go where they're not supposed to. That's us that do that. All right, so I see my son is calling me. I love him to death. Tomorrow, make sure you tune in to the afternoon show, because we're going to be talking to Liam Speaks, and we're going to talk to Jess Dime. They are two teenagers that are going to come on and talk about some teenage issues that we may not know about, because we're always talking at them and not with them. And so this is an opportunity to talk with them, because they're going to be interviewing our very special guest, Corey Wise, who is part of the Central Park Five that is now known as the Exonerated Five. Yes, they were exonerated, and we're so happy and excited to have them on the show tomorrow. All right, that's it. I did it all in 7 minutes and 45 seconds. I'm sorry, I went over the 5-minute mark. I'll get better next time. I was trying to talk fast, but that didn't work. Okay, that's it. LaDonna Ray signing off. Well, some people call me Dr. Ray, and some people just call me LaDonna Ray. That's it. Bye-bye for now.